Lastly, our investigators were able to defeat Cormac's old boss. They left the. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. They are now standing on top of a bridge where Malcolm has fallen into the raging waterfall. Outside, resting in a vehicle, is a bruised, ached, and recovering Jonathan. Inside are other three investigators stand around with a quiet little girl. That brings us to where we are now. Episode 22, Call of Cthulhu.
So just to be clear, you're not going to make me do another roll to pull him up, right? Like, I caught him, he's good.
Yeah. You pull them up. You guys are standing, looking forlorn over the waterfall. We just faded to black, and now we come back in the falls. Cormac turns around, sees his daughter in the arms of Nick, I assume, at this point.
I think I also rolled for crying and failed, but we're not talking about that. I shouldn't have even brought it up again. Well, I would have remembered. I did.
No. You definitely cried. But to be fair, the water is splashing up a little bit, so there is some water from the waterfall.
I wasn't even dangling, though. I didn't actually go over. I got caught before that.
You're welcome.
So what you're saying is, no, there's no water on your face. Everybody knows you cried.
Look, I'm just saying, the only thing between you and death was a strength roll from Dorothy McGee.
I know. That makes it kind of real, doesn't it? Like, I shouldn't have lived. Like, really.
My strength is 35.
Did you actually succeed?
I did. You're going to have to go way up because we did our improvement rolls.
Oh, shit, we did. I'll see this for myself, though, because I forgot. There's no way you won strength.
I did.
She did.
She did. She rolled a high success with the Did that happen?
That happened. I saw it, and I was just like, what?
Damn, alright, well, shit. Mark your calendar. I'm only alive because of Dorothy.
Yeah, I think what was going to happen was in my head, after I knew Dorothy was going to fail, I was going to have you roll strength again. I was going to have Dorothy roll something. Like, if she would have failed, like...
I'm sorry, what? If I would have failed what?
Failed or fumbled fallen, and you would have been holding up Dorothy, and you would have had a situation
we would have both been over the edge.
Yeah, you would have a situation where you could use your rest of your strength to throw Dorothy back on top of the bridge, and then Cormac, more than likely, your luck would have run out by then, and you could have said goodbye. But Dorothy rolled a hard strength, and it didn't go that way.
Damn, you were going for, like, overly dramatic. I was completely content to just, like, tackle him off the edge.
Oh, yeah. If you were going to go out, you were going out in a heroic and cinematic fashion.
I was content to just disappear into the waterfall.
Yeah. I wasn't doing any Sherlock Holmes shit where y'all just go over the waterfall and then a week later we say, hey, we still need Sherlock Holmes books. You live. Also, hello, Mavis.
Well, hey, Mavis.
Hi.
Right, so I think Dorothy would be like patting Cormac's shoulder. Like,
Mavis, Dorothy and Cormac are on top of the bridge. You have Cormac's daughter's head resting on your knee, I assume.
Oh, that's sweet.
Does Mavis like kids? I mean, she doesn't have any.
Maybe she's infertile. Ooh, Dawn's infertile.
Incompetent Don, poor bastard.
Yep.
Action.
Action?
Oh, are we okay.
What is the daughter's name again?
I don't think we know.
Cormac knows. I don't think y'all asked.
We don't know yet.
Cormac is definitely walking over and taking his kid, though.
Cormac, she is unconscious. She seems to be breathing normally, but she's unconscious.
Yeah, no. He's definitely picking up his kid. Especially if she's unconscious. That's, does she look fine? Was she
Is
like
she okay?
hit?
Yeah, can I check her over?
Like,
Absolutely.
why is she unconscious?
I guess like a
Knocked unconscious?
first aid?
Yeah. Unfortunately, this isn't going to be a first aid. This is going to be medicine.
It's gonna be a what? Medicine?
Yeah.
Oh, not good.
I mean, I could see a black eye, so what's her health?
Okay.
What about like survival maybe?
Go ahead and give me a medicine, Dorothy. Cormac,
Not good.
you
I
just go ahead and. Oh shoot! I didn't realize that was how low your medicine was.
Everyone's medicine
Okay.
is shit.
Yeah, that's right. Unless you're a doctor.
I threw it all into first aid because I'm a librarian with lots of
All
children.
right. I will let you roll first aid, a hard first aid. No, you know what? I'll let you do first aid. You should be able to assess damages. All
I
right.
think first aid would be like trauma, medicine would be like prescriptions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
making sure she's
Medicine
not,
will be to see if she
dead.
was actually sick. First aid is
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
All
like,
right.
does she have a fever? Is she bleeding out? Is anything broken? It's not.
Are you leaking?
There are no cuts. There are no bruises. In fact, as you look, you realize that there aren't even any rope burns or anything from where she was bound. No knots on her head. Um, no signs of any trauma. No reason for her to have concussion. Honestly, there's not any particular reason you can see from the inside for why she should be knocked out.
She looks perfect, Mr. Cormac. It's a blessing that she slept through that. What? I, I don't know. She looks fine. Why don't we take her to Merritt?
If you were still here, I swear to God.
Let's go.
Where's your daughter?
I'm sure she's at work, dear. Come on.
Yeah, that's where we're going.
I need to go too, because Mavis is still at 4.
I gave you how? I gave you 9 health. You remember that roll?
No, but I'm glad you did.
Oh, you must have taken another hit then, I guess, because that's the only reason you're alive.
Oh yeah, we did almost lose her. All right, so you guys get in. Two of your boys are sitting there with Jonathan, who is starting to come around. He sees Cormac. He's like, "Oh, Mr. Cormac, is that Allie?" Wait, you never told her your name. Who's the little girl?
It's none of your goddamn business, that's who it is. Where the fuck, and at this point Cormac's turned into his guys. I know I called Brown and Stone.
Mr. Cormac, what kind of language is that in front of your child?
She's unconscious, I'm fine.
And as the cherries and berries do start to pull up, and Brown and Stone hop out of their vehicle.
I'm getting out of the car.
Well, O'Doyle, I see you're still alive.
Fashionably late, as always, aren't we, Brown?
Hey, look, I wanted to make sure I had a chance to not be around in case we found what we found up there. So, are we going to find anything we don't want to find up there?
Maybe downriver.
Oh, do be careful. There are some very lovely dogs, and they were a little hungry.
Yeah, don't shoot these ones.
They were very nice.
Y'all got a bad reputation for that.
All right. Me and Stone are going to go upstairs. We'll take care of everything from the point. We didn't see you, and obviously we won't see you when we come back out, right?
I appreciate that. Next time, be a little early. I could use the help.
Mr. Cormac, they are not at your beck and call. Would you guys like a cookie?
Oh, this is the game. And As for your request, Mr. Lee, don't worry. We always keep an eye on you. And as he says that, somebody wearing but I was about to say baklava. Anyway, somebody wearing one of those sweater masks.
Balaclava.
Yeah.
That is not incognito.
All right, so someone wearing a baklava on top of his head. I don't know. He's really Greek. Slides down from on top of a large oak tree. He
Balaclava?
he slides down with a large sniper rifle slung over his shoulder, gives you a nod, and then runs back into the woods.
Because that's normal. Yeah, okay.
Oh. I see. Let's go see Mary, dear. You don't have time.
I'm just mad he didn't fire a single goddamn shot at me or Mutt. You know, I would have taken either.
He was under strict orders not to act unless it seemed that Mr. Malcolm was going to survive the situation. As it stood, he never stood a chance against you.
The only reason I'm not asking you more questions right now is because my daughter's unconscious in the car and we're on the way to the hospital. So y'all have a good night now.
Very well, Mr. Frankie, would you be so kind as to escort them to the hospital? See to it that no unknown traveler stop.
Oh, that's too kind. It was so good to see you, detectives.
It was good to see you as well, Mrs. McKay. And, I think I will have one of your delicious cookies.
Oh, I'd love to. All the cookies. It is now my mission to roll it all the time. Oh.
Real talk, though, completely off topic. That is the longest Bing link I have ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, what is that?
I didn't know how to shorten it down.
That is
Yeah, a
wrong.
baklava is a pastry, I thought.
Baklava is a pastry. Balaclava is what he was talking about.
Yeah, no, I knew what baklava was. I just couldn't say balaclava. I couldn't say that for whatever reason. I still can't. I can't get it out. I prefer
What is
the taste of
baklava?
to baklava is this Greek pastry. It's like little thin. Man, it's
Click the picture link. That's what I put it there for.
I have never seen this in my entire life. That looks good. God
it's
damn.
delicious. It's thin, it's crispy.
Honey.
Yeah, it's
delicious.
yeah, it's kind of like, the Ottoman Empire Middle East version of a crepe.
Where the hell do you get that? How do y'all know about this?
Well,
Because we're cultured.
You have gyros, right? You have gyros.
I'm not a very cultured man.
You have gyros, right?
Shit. I've heard of them. Never had them.
Oh my god.
I mean, look, I have, 10 years on you?
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I don't get around.
All right, man. Next time you get in the city, make sure you hit up a Greek restaurant and try some baklava. That shit is fucking fire.
Not to be confused with balaclava.
Which is less delicious.
And worn by robbers.
All right. So you do have a police escort.
All right, well, let's go.
Equally long link of a gyro. Nice.
Also delicious. Very different.
Yeah, that looks like a taco.
It's a Greek taco.
That's like the most impossible taco to actually bite. How do you eat that? What the fuck?
Oh, it's easy. No, you can do it. Hey, some people use a fork, but that's for wimps. No, you throw the thing up. A pita bread is very strong.
Yeah, pitas are strong.
You can bite it. Trust me. And the lamb meat itself should be soft and almost melt in your mouth because it's literally been roasting for like 12 hours.
Okay, let's go.
Today's the food episode.
We got to get this man a gyro. All right.
To the hospital.
So some sad music plays. Jonathan grunts and sits up and says, "Ah, honestly, what hit me? Well,
Oh dear, I think it was a beanbag.
I think I have some crushed ribs. So, did you take care of what you had to take, Mr. Cormac?"
Don't worry. Nobody important died.
Good.
Oh, and Mr. Cormac hired 2 new guns.
Oh, then maybe that'll make what I have to say next a little bit easier. I got a lead on the location of my father recently.
Oh, lovely. Isn't it nice to reconnect with family?
Not always.
I'm afraid I have to agree with Mr. Cormac. It turns out that he was last seen up by Niagara Falls, over where an aspiring magician plummeted to his death in a waterfall. Jonathan does not realize the irony of talking about somebody plummeting to their death in a waterfall. It looks like he may have been connected to it. My reporter friend and I are going to go up there to investigate it, but it might put you guys into confrontation with your criminals. I can't allow you to come with me.
Oh, Jonathan, you mustn't.
NJ.
I wouldn't want any more bad news with my government.
Mavis
Yes.
is all for it. I'll fight with you.
No, Mavis, dear. Some things men just have to do by themselves, you know?
Oh.
Cormac, roll for side eye.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say. Let's see.
No, you
Probably
don't have to roll
willpower.
for side eye. You can just give her side eye. I hate to guess what people's players are thinking, but yeah, Cormac gives you all the side eye in the world.
I keep my composure, but yeah, come on now.
Because she's like, there are some things a man just has to do by himself when she's blatantly ignoring his own desire to do this alone.
What I had explicitly stated, yeah, okay.
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about.
Mavis totally would ignore said side eye.
Alright, so I'm not going to ask either of you to read the room.
Should I?
Hope we just a such thing as read the room. We should make that skill. Alright.
Special skill of 5.
Jonathan says, look, I'll certainly be back in touch, but a lot of you have to still go and stop that terrible Mr. Corbett. This could take for quite some time. Mr. O'Doyle, another reason I can't ask for your help. I saw him speaking to some rum runners, and I certainly need to get you involved in another gang war.
So I take it it's nobody I already know.
I doubt it. Some gentleman with some weird golden triangle.
Unfortunately, it's someone I already know.
Oh. Well, like I said, this might involve me killing people with my father, and it may or may not have things that align with American government's taste, and certainly not going to ask you to betray your country.
Well, considering I've already been almost deported a couple of times, Godspeed, little buddy. And Cormac's just gonna pat him on the shoulder.
Do be safe, Mr. Price.
You all be safe. I'm going to take these with me. Hopefully, we'll be able to find the rest and figure out what it is and keep them out of the hands of, any evildoers. You can let off right here. I'll be meeting, Tommy? What's his name? Well, his friend. I'll be meeting Eddie over here. I'm afraid he won't be able. I'm not sure if Eddie will be able to take that job from you after all. Mrs. Carew.
But why not?
Hold on now. What are you taking with you? Both of these? Both these what?
No, Eddie Masters. That's his reporter friend.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, maybe he can go do some assignments for you. Hopefully he can find a news story on some fashion thing up in Niagara Falls. I mean, Buffalo, New York isn't known for its forward-thinking fashions, but maybe it can be some help.
Well, maybe they're retro.
Yes, think 1860s. I'll see you all.
That was her rich lady laugh.
Very good. And you do have a rich lady laugh now. You're about to be a powerful rich lady.
That's right.
So Cormac, the young girl still isn't speaking. She's out, she's breathing normally. You guys are pulling up to the hospital.
All right.
And
Well,
you see
parking
very-
in the closest spot, even if it's disabled, because he's a jackass. And this is an emergency.
ADA didn't exist. You're fine.
You're welcome, world.
you pull up and you see a familiar vehicle.
Which vehicle?
It's one of yours.
Oh,
Inside,
sure, okay.
at the driver's seat, is a bloody Jimmy.
Oh. Okay. Mixed feelings about this. Cormac's getting out of the car with the kid. I'm presuming he's been holding the entire time. And he's going over to that car first for like a split second to like bang on the window.
You bang on the window, and Jimmy looks at you. He nods, and then he looks at the little girl's arm, and a look of confusion comes over his face.
Wasn't he the one?
He looks again.
He rolls down the window. He looks at his back seat.
Yeah. At this point, the moment the window's down, Cormac is grabbing the collar of his shirt or suit or whatever the fuck he's wearing.
Who's in the back seat? Dorothy looks in the back seat. Who's in the back seat?
What are you doing, Cormac?
Cormac, boss, who's
Cormac is halfway pulling Jimmy out of his seat.
Who's in the back seat?
boss, who's that kid?
It's
Spot hidden.
you
Oh,
absolute
God damn it.
numbskull.
Boss, that's not your kid. Allie's right back here. Some guys tried to come and knock us over the head. I took him out. My head's still bleeding. I ended up having to come over here to the hospital. Allie's right here.
Then explain why the fuck am I holding my goddamn kid on the way to the fucking hospital? What are you doing here?
Language.
Quit cursing. Watch your language. Yeesh.
Yeah.
This voice comes from the back seat of Jimmy's car.
Oh my god. Okay.
I am holding the kid, right?
You
Yeah.
are.
But there's
And
also a
it
kid in
looks
the
like
back
my
seat.
kid.
It does.
What the hell?
Okay, let's take them
And
both
this
in.
kid is unconscious.
Yeah.
All right. I let go of Jimmy, and I'm just walking towards the hospital.
You're gonna ignore the daughter in the back seat?
I have an unconscious
What are you
fucking
doing?
kid in my arm right now that just went through like probably way more than I did. So yeah, he's walking towards the hospital.
Okay. Why don't we
So,
all go to the
Allie
hospital? Mary will take care of
Out
us.
the
Come on.
car, and she starts running after you, pulling on your shoulder, saying, Dad, what the heck is going on?
Listen, kiddo, I got Jimmy to get you out of the house because I thought something was going on. And I don't know who this is. She looks like you. Apparently she ain't you, but I thought she was you, which is why I'm here. So you'll have to give me a minute. I'm glad you're safe. I'm glad Jimmy actually got his job because I was about to bust him up worse than he already was for letting you get into this state that I thought you was in. But I see that that's now not the case, but I still have an unconscious kiddo. You understand?
She just nods her head slowly. She clearly doesn't understand, and she's just now realizing how much this little girl looks like her.
So you'll forgive me when I take this poor little thing in the hospital where I was going to begin with. You can come with, but I'm going in. Jimmy, you're all fucked up. Come on in too.
All right, boss. All right, come on, Allie.
I help Mavis, because she's pretty badly hurt too.
All
I
right.
believe I'm still only at 4.
I'm only a little bruised up. I'm at 8 out of 9, so I'm okay.
Mavis, you're all limping. Give me your arm.
No, you're already carrying the child. I've got her.
I got a spare hand.
Thank you, Cormac. I'm fine. Thank you, Dorothy.
Why did that sound sarcastic?
She's using her rich person voice.
That's because she's meaner than I am, Dorothy.
You forgot that she just came into a whole bunch of money and a bunch of power. She now has a rich lady voice.
And she's also killed more people than I have.
This is sadly true.
I have reason to be concerned.
Mary,
Yes.
sees you both coming in, everybody coming in. She says, "Oh God, Mom, what the hell?"
Oh, Mary, dear.
Mary, watch your mouth.
Don't you scold my child, you vixen.
Mary, watch your mouth.
Mom, what were you guys getting into?
Oh, nothing, dear. I need your help. We have 2 little girls, and one of them I think is a fake, but I don't really know how.
Mom, hold on. Does Cormac have a sword? What? Why do you have a sword?
Oh, don't worry, dear. It's no big deal. Let's go
Hold
sit
on
in the
now.
room.
I forgot to take this off. You should take the kiddo. And Cormac is like,
Mr. O'Doyle, I didn't know you had twins.
I have one kid. This one, unfortunately, ain't mine, but I thought it was, and she's breathing, but she's not talking.
Wait, how do you know she's not yours?
Because I know I only got one kid.
Okay,
I
well,
counted.
Mr. Cormac, I mean, if you have 2 identical children in front of you, how do you know which one is yours?
I'm trusting Jimmy because I don't think Jimmy, did you lose consciousness?
No, boss, never went out.
So you're absolutely sure that you got to the house before anyone else did, and this is the kid you took. Allie, I'm sorry. This is the kid you took out of the house, right?
Boss, met Ali at school, caught her right before last period, picked her up. These guys tried to drive us off the road. There's some cops tried to drive us off the road. A couple of them back in the head. I fended all of them off. Drove around a couple of places, lost them, and then we eventually went to the house. Saw some of my guys breaking in, trying to steal something. I don't know, but decided not to stop there. Went over to the hideout, and then eventually we made our way back over here to the hospital.
Alright,
Ali said
so
I kept on bleeding all over the place.
I'm not calling you a liar, but you're saying that the only reason you're waiting for me here at the hospital is because you were driving here for yourself. Is that right?
Oh, I'm only sitting here in the hospital because Ali told me that if I kept bleeding all over the place and she slipped and fell on it, you were going to kick my ass, which, of course, is true.
All right.
She's a clever one, Cormac.
Yeah, that's definitely my kid.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine they'd go through so much trouble for someone who wasn't your child, so who is this poor girl?
All right. Well, we're going to find that. Oh. Well, that's weird. I've never seen anything like this before.
What is it, dear?
Care to share with the class?
Check this out. You know how normally if you pull on somebody's cheek, it just, you just get a little bit of it in your fingers, right?
No, I didn't
Look
graduate.
at this. Huh. That's funny. All right, but check this out. and she pulls on the girl's cheek, and you all see the skin extend a good 3 inches.
Oh, oh my goodness.
Ugh.
Is Stretch Armstrong a thing?
It is not. I don't think. For the purpose of this, we'll say it is. So, unless this girl's made of rubber, hold on. And then she goes down to an arm and pulls it, and it doesn't pull as far. In fact, the person starts to twitch a little bit when she pulls on
Dislocate
the
her
arm.
goddamn shoulder. She's breathing. She's not a goddamn doll. And at this point, like, he's taking the kid back and walking towards, like, reception.
Okay, Mr. O'Donnell. Okay. We'll get her into a bed. We'll get all of you wearing a mask.
Oh, no bed for me, dear. I'm fine.
Mom, you came in here with a sword,
Oh,
very
don't
broken
worry.
Mavis.
Jimmy over here is leaking all over the place. Get a hold of yourself.
I didn't
Maybe
use the sword.
Well, she's limping.
Yet everyone needs help except me. You should do your job and take care of them.
I'm doing my job, Mom. Everybody's going to be fine. Mom, you can't bring swords into the hospital.
Yeah, I forgot to take it up. That's my bad. Dorothy, give me yours.
No!
Well, if I get caught with it, it's expected from me. It's not expected from you.
Well, then I'll just use it.
I'll get on you.
Can I draw my sword and make it do its armor thing?
Because that's inconspicuous.
Well, she doesn't give a shit. She's 76 years old.
All right. Roll willpower.
Damn it. I was going to say, if she fails, can I just take it away?
All right. So you pull on the sword, and at first you feel it kind of resisting, like it's sticking into its hilt. You put a little bit more oomph into it, and you manage to pull the thing out. But you notice that it's much heavier than it was before. As you pull it out, the tip of a sword hits the ground.
Oh.
And you can barely lift the thing.
Oh. Mr. Cormac, could you help me with this, please?
Dorothy, you're going to hurt yourself, God damn it. So he's taking it away.
I'm fine. Look, Stephen gave that to me, and I intend to keep it.
Excuse me? What does Stevie do?
Stevie did nothing. Give me that.
When you try to touch the sword, you're not familiar with static electricity, but you feel electric shock hit your hand when you try to touch it.
All right. So assuming that it's just me being a little whiny kid, I'm going to try to do it again.
You feel another shock.
Would I-
shock when you try to touch the sword.
Would I not feel that too if I'm also touching it, or is it localized
You
to
do
him?
not feel it. You do
Huh.
not feel it. And I'll also say, if you are paying attention, you would see that Cormac's sword is being repelled from this sword in the same way of two equally polarized magnets.
So at this point, Cormac's getting frustrated, and since static electricity is not really well known about, especially from someone who didn't graduate, let's be real, he's trying to get it for a third time only series.
No, Mr. Cormac, it's fine. I'll put it away.
This time you do get real shock. And Dorothy, when you say you put it away, you find that it's much lighter and it slips easily into his.
Nice. Okay, well, I'll just keep it sheathed, dear. It'll be fine.
Well, if they start
right.
asking questions, I tried.
Cormac, you have no idea why the world her sword was shocking you. And no, you don't know anything about static electricity. It's probably just as well that you don't, because if you did, you probably would have kept on trying to grab.
I have 4 out of 14 hit points. Cormac is delirious right now.
All right. So you're still holding on to this baby. I mean,
My
this
man
kid.
is half dead trying to get this kid to the doctor's office. He's doing it.
Oh, I should mention Cormac. Um, Roll me. I don't really. Yeah, you know what? I'll have you roll spot hidden here. It doesn't make. It's not perfect, but I'll have you roll spot.
I mean, if I fail this, I'm completely fine with that. No.
Nice.
Why did I reverse jinx myself?
Check mark it. Check mark it.
All right. So you realize that Allie has obviously gained some weight. You would say a good, the one you're holding,
okay.
a good 30 pounds.
It's about to be goddamn. Spending too much on this kid.
You know, she doesn't look chunky or anything, but she definitely feels heavier. But you know, that's whatever. That would have come up earlier if you wouldn't have run into her, if you wouldn't have went to the hospital, and you would have discovered whatever you discovered when you picked her up. You would have noticed that she was heavier later when she wasn't talking. But you notice it now.
In what universe would I have not taken the unconscious kid to the hospital?
I don't know. That's a good question. I actually didn't mean to say the word unconscious. I just wanted to say the word that she's not talking. I said unconscious by accident, so I kind of screwed that up.
All right.
There's
a pretty big difference between, like, her eyes are open, she's looking around, she's conscious, but she's not talking, between, like, it looks like she's sleeping.
I mean, either way, I would have insisted you come here because both of you are half dead.
Oh, yeah, that's also true.
Yeah, that's probably why I went into my head to say that she was unconscious. I was just saying, like, now they need to go to the hospital. So I'll just let her be unconscious so it'll take her. All right. So they do take the do you let them take the girl from you?
Is it a doctor? And by doctor I mean, are they wearing scrubs?
They are wearing scrubs, but they're orderlies, but you wouldn't know the difference. Actually, that's not true.
I have seen Mary. Do they look like Mary?
Mary is a nurse, not a...
That's my bar, okay?
They have smaller boobs, and their legs aren't as nice. Hairy arms. No, they're not wearing like doctor coats. They're wearing like still wearing like a white top like Mary has, but you can see it's like a button down.
Do I come to the hospital enough that I might actually know who these people are?
Yeah. I'm not giving you the name, so.
What if I ask?
Sure, go ahead.
Cormac will, however, make a passing remark about how he likes Mary better, but...
Yeah. We got you, pal. We'll take care of it. Why don't you go ahead and get yourself taken care of, too, man? You look like you've seen better days.
Well, shit, your voice is deeper than mine.
Yeah. I get that. Get yourself in a room 2B. So we'll skip ahead a little bit, and we will say that everyone gets the medical attention they need. Mary makes sure of it.
Back to full?
Well, it's going to take Mavis 2 days to get back to full. Unless you really did roll a 9. Did you really roll a 9?
I rolled a 9. And I remember you were just like, what is this, D&D?
Okay, yeah. All right. If it wasn't for her miraculous first aid, Mavis would actually need a day or two in the hospital. But because of that, you guys can all go ahead and get back to full. And you'll be fine. You don't want to get any scrapes today or else your stitches will come out and, you'll be hurt again. But, if you take it easy for a day or two, you should be okay. Just don't get hurt.
So I go up to full?
Sure.
I'll be damned. All right, shit.
All right. So one of the doctors is putting putting some adrenaline, has a shot of adrenaline for the 12-year-old, for the little girl.
Wait, dear, we can't leave her alone. She has no one here to take care of her. I mean, no parent.
Well,
Okay, Mom, are you going to go and check in on her?
Well, someone has
probably
to.
wouldn't have left. He would have let go of her and let him take her, but he's definitely following with.
He feels
Well, they took you to the
responsible.
hospital. They took you to a hospital room.
Oh, they took me to
So-
my own room. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like the adults would have been okay in the end. Dorothy would have stuck with the kid.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So the adults are all in their room except for Dorothy, who I believe wasn't hurt at all.
I only had 1 HP lost. I might be a little bruised up.
All right. So you walk in, you see them get ready to give her some adrenaline. I guess you have some.
What are you doing, dear? And what? Don't you need consent?
No, it's 1920.
Well, what are you doing to her? I insist you tell me.
Oh, yes, not a problem. Well, she's knocked out. We were just going to go ahead and give her some adrenaline, see if we can get her back. If she were drugged, this will counteract any of those drugs that would have been in her system.
Oh, that sounds like a lovely idea. And I would like to sit next to the little girl and hold her hand.
All right, so you hold a little girl's hand. The doctor comes out. He fills the large syringe, and he's walking towards the little girl with the syringe. Um, Roll me strength.
Strength.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. When the needle gets near the little girl, you see her eyes shoot open, and she tries to kick against you to run away.
I guess I'm able to hold her back then?
All right. I'm pretty sure that her strength was only 40 or something, so that wouldn't beat your hard strength roll. Who knew? Um, but she is kicking and thrashing against you. Whoa, 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 whoa! Get that thing away from me!
Oh, doctor, dear, are you okay?
Lady, get off me. Let me go.
What?
Who are your parents?
You're not even in this room, miss. You're in the emergency room 3 doors down, and you can't hear me right now. As for you, let me go, old lady. I got paid to do a job. I did what I was
What?
supposed to do. I don't know why in the world
What?
they decided to knock me out for it. But let me go. I got places to go. I need to pick up the rest of my money.
You're a 12-year-old girl!
I am a 32-year-old little person.
Oh,
Um,
dang.
Uh,
She takes off her mask, and she is in fact a 32-year-old little person.
oh. Well, I'm glad you're okay. Did they hurt you?
No. This guy comes in here with a stupid dog and says, "Hey, I'll give you $200 if you just go ahead and put on this little girl skirt." I figured, some freaky shit. You know how it is. You got to make your money how you got to make your money. I figured, he's into some schoolgirl shit. So I take the money, I put it on, I take a drink. All of a sudden, I'm asleep, and I'm waking up here in the hospital. What the hell did that asshole do?
Never you mind, dear. You're safe now.
She's gonna roll psych on you.
I mean, I'm gonna let her go. There's obviously no need to.
Yeah, she knows for a fact that you saw something that some shit went down. And now she's like, hold up. Exactly where did you find me?
Um, well, with the man with the dog.
Yeah, that guy still owes me like $300.
Oh dear, I'm
Where
sorry.
is he now?
Well, he might have fallen into a river.
Wait, I'm sorry. I had a train going by. Did you say he might have fallen down a waterfall?
Yes, dear. It was really quite tragic. I do wish we had been able to save him.
The tragedy is if you're telling me you didn't find the rest of my $300 on.
What do you mean?
The guy said that he'd give me 150 to put this thing on, and after he was done playing a prank on his friend, he'd give me the other 150. Now, I put the thing on, I go to sleep, I assume the prank's been played, I want the rest of my money.
Hardly a prank. He strung you up from a bridge like a turkey. Made this poor man think his daughter was in danger. It's awful, just ghastly behavior.
God damn it, 150. God damn it. Tired up another $50. That guy owes me $200.
Well, dear, I'm afraid to say I don't think he's going to pay you, but I know where he lives if you'd like to loot his place.
Oh, I would love to loot this place. You get me over there, I'm gonna get my $200. Damn.
Oh, dear,
What the
I'm so
hell is
sorry.
wrong with people today?
Yeah, it really is surprising, isn't it? You know, you should come by sometime. I'd love to have you over for dinner.
For what?
For dinner?
Huh.
D- uh,
How old are you?
76.
76. Senior retirement rate. Look, if we're talking about dinner and a movie, that's going to be $70. But
Oh, my goodness.
um,
I'm not paying. I'm confused. Did you not want a home-cooked meal?
oh, a home cooked meal. All right. Well, if we're talking about a home cooked meal, then that's just 35. But we got to
Um,
be done in about no more than 15.
I think that she would be starting to get the picture right about now. Be like, oh, I'm sorry, dear. That's not at all what I meant. Uh, you're okay, right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Give me the address to this cloud so I can get the rest of my $200, and we'll be square.
Oh, absolutely. Sir, do you have some paper?
Um, sure. I'm
100.
sorry. Did you say something about falling down a waterfall?
Oh, no, dear, you're hearing things.
Okay.
Oh, listen. Who is this? Do I know this one?
You don't.
Sir. Are you new here? I don't think I recognize you. Well, anyways,
I'm a fellow.
my name is Mrs. McGee, and I live down at that good old, beautiful library, you know, by Miss Catonic. Anyways, dearie, I came here to visit my daughter Mary because, well, I had some friends who were hurting a little bit, and in any case, I came to see her, and I had met this person along the way, and she wasn't feeling very well, and I was confused, so I thought I'd bring her in for help. Fuck yeah, roll the cookies. In any case, dear, here you go. Have a cookie. Don't you worry. It's not a problem. You just make sure Mary knows that I'm okay. And I'm very happy you were able to take care of my new friend here.
Oh, well, Grayson, this is nice. All right. Well, you guys go do whatever you're gonna do. Mrs. McGee, I'll just tell you, take these pamphlets if you are going to hang out with this young woman. Just read up. Just be safe.
Right. Well, dear, if you ever decide to come by the library, you're welcome. And I would write
I don't
down
need
the
to tell you.
address for
I
her.
don't need to, yeah. I don't need to tell you what type of pamphlets he just handed you. Do I?
Yeah, she doesn't look at them. She's figured it out by now. Ugh, my cat just like clawed into my leg, and I don't know if it made it into the recording, but there's definitely me squealing for a moment there.
All All right, so Cormac, you see somebody wearing one of your daughter's dresses, but now you see a 32-year-old little person walking past. She takes out a cigar and she starts smoking the thing. She stops over and she looks at you and says, "Whoa, is that O'Doyle?"
Do I know you?
You're telling me you don't remember? Okay, yeah, you don't remember me. Exactly how many 3-foot hookers do you know? It's me. Shit.
I don't make a habit of calling 3-foot tall hookers.
Whatever. What you doing over here in the hospital? Heard you was trying to run shit these days.
Define run shit. The only thing I've been running was your sorry ass apparently. Nice outfit, by the way, to the goddamn hospital. Because I thought you were my fucking kid. Allie right here. Sorry, pardon my French. Don't mean
Mr.
to
Cormac.
cuss it so much.
Dad, why do you know a 3-foot hooker?
Oh, Mr.
Only
Cormac!
ask the questions you want answers to.
I would completely cover the little kid's ears like, I cannot believe you just said the word hooker.
Are they back in the main space now, or
I think so.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, we'll say we can all hear each other. So, Mavis, you could roll out in your wheelchair.
Oh, okay.
Nice wheels.
Why, thank you. Using that language in front of your child.
Oh, I'm not his child, miss. Hi, my name's Sharon.
He's talking about the little girl, dear.
No, this is
What? What?
It's not compute, honey.
Yeah. My name is Sharon. Sherry's Berries. Look, it's a long story. Your boss comes over and says that he's going to go and pay me $300 to put on this shit and play a prank on one of his friends. Then I end up knocked out and I'm here in the hospital. The hell's going on?
Did you say my boss or your boss?
No.
No, dear, she's talking about Mutt.
Lady.
In any
This
case,
is the first time I'm meeting you. Wait a minute. You do look a little familiar.
Oh, she's like looking around at everyone like, please say I didn't murder your father in the last 2 days or something.
She frequents higher circles than mine.
Oh.
You know what? I think, I don't know, I think I must just recognize your picture or something.
oh, good Lord, you didn't sleep with useless dog.
Oh, yeah. I'm not supposed to talk, but boy, can that guy talk. Blah, blah, blah. It's all, oh, yes, your methods, special techniques, sit down for 1,000 years. I mean, god damn it. Guy, if you're going to do something with your tongue, you can do a whole lot more than flap it. You know what I'm
Mavis!
Allie, why don't you come on over here?
Mavis, has he been cheating on you?
Mavis gasps.
This is complete. We are going to go straight to the church and demand an annulment for your marriage. That awful creep.
It's been 20 years, dear. That's not an annulment. That's... I don't know what that... It'd be easier to kill him. It's the Catholic Church, for Christ's sake.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You married that clown?
Not yesterday.
We all make mistakes.
He really was quite dashing at the beginning, dear.
He was.
Anyway, Corbett, you think your boss is going to be able to give me the rest of the money he owes me? I don't even know if that party he was talking about ever happened.
I gave her the address so she could loot the silverware.
To loot?
Why don't you go ahead and loot that address? Or lose that address, rather. I'm sure it's crawling with all kinds of blues, if you...
What? Oh, god damn it.
Oh, and then there's the cultists, too.
I'm not even going to get the rest of our money.
How much he short you? I got cash.
Mr. Cormac, you don't owe this woman for her being used to pull a prank on you.
Wait, you're the one I was pulling a prank on?
Unfortunately.
Wait. Ah, ew! She looks down and realizes she's wearing the same dress as Allie for the first time. This is
Not
that
that
mother.
kind of prank.
Oh, that's just. Well, I'll talk to Dorothy. We'll square away whatever the rest of that asshole owes me. I'll be in touch, okay, Cormac?
I appreciate that. You take care of yourself.
And with that, Sherry leaves.
Oh my god, Sherry is one of my favorite characters now.
Great. Why in the world would I think it's okay to create a 3-foot prostitute with a potty mouth and think that
You know
if I give
what?
her a name, she's real now?
You did it to your damn self.
I really did, because I didn't have to say a damn thing. It was like,
She
no,
could have been
go
like some crazy cultist whatever, but instead, no, she had to be a real person.
this is my problem. This is what happens. Go and make people and then they're fucking interested. Great.
It's all your fault.
Oh, I completely understand. I have a party that's adopted 3 NPCs already.
Good lord.
All right.
Chelsea.
So while you're sitting here in the hospital, all of a sudden you hear outside a car screech forward. You hear Mary saying, "Oh my God! Just park the car like normal. This is a parking lot. It's a hospital. Why in the world are you driving in here like crazy people? What's wrong with you rich people?"
Mary, I'm going to help my daughter immediately.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, dear. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. My boss is here. I just found out that she's in trouble. I just found out that, she's sick or whatever, and I just have to go in there and help her. Sorry, dear. This one is essential. We merely want to see if our editor is, okay.
I forgot what their names are.
That's 100% in character.
Shit. I'd be lying because I didn't give them character sheets, and let me see if I put their names on their pictures. I think I did. The woman's name is Frederique.
Farik.
Like how you.
And you know what?
For
The other
IQ.
poor guy. Only Frederique matters. I mean, that's not true. Oh, Sonny. Sonny. Yeah, his name is Sonny.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, but can't her name be Cher?
We already have a Sherry, and Sherry is right. So Sherry
Not
walks past
Sherry,
Sonny.
but Cher. Oh.
So Sonny walks past Sherry, and Sherry gives him a little bit of a nod. Sonny looks down at her and gives her not a nod. I don't know if he's interested, but he comes over and he says, oh my goodness, Miss Carone, oh my God, what happened to you? What did they do to your hair? Oh my God, look at your cuticles. This is terrible." The noise, correct, darling. We just have to fix this. Pretty much Rick starts fixing your hair, starts fixing your nails. It's like, so, did you find what you are looking for?
I don't know.
Yes, dear, we found what we were looking for.
Well, we were also good at work, and we found a bit of information for you. That, I'm sorry to say, that Corbat writer woman, she is not going to be landing in Boston after all. However, she and her brother are going to be landing and doing some filming in Hollywood.
I hate to butt in, but I heard my name and I really can't understand your accent, so How am I relevant in this story, and what do you mean?
No, not Cormac. Corbett.
Oh, Mr. Corbett, the one who's using the baby parts.
Or, alright, so you mean B-I-T-T and not M-A-C. Gotcha.
Yes, sorry. Mr. Corbett and his sister
You just gotta
going to.
enunciate that a little better.
Victoria? Oh, she's a wonderful author. I would love to meet her.
Yes, she is optioning and doing some of her studies over in Hollywood. They will be filming a movie, and Mr. Corbett is going with her to. I am not so sure, but
Um,
those two should be leaving for Los Angeles in 48 hours.
Well, we must get in touch with them first.
Well, that'll be difficult, darling. They're not in Boston. They're only going to stop here for a layover before they get their plane from here. Take that to, I believe, Chicago. And from Chicago, they will be going to Los Angeles.
Chicago. Is that Spanish?
Don't worry about
She
it, Mr.
means
Cormac.
Chicago, dear. Big shoulders,
Okay.
bigger hats. You know, big boy like yourself would just make do out there. If you do, stop in Chicago. Check out my friend Sharky. I think you two would get along.
Sharky. Chicago. Alright.
Right. Are you, Mavis, dear, are you feeling better? Would you like to go home?
Oh no. Good lord. I didn't realize that.
I'm not even sure if he's relevant yet. I don't think he's relevant yet.
Yet?
No. I mean, I think he's just a year or two away from real relevance. I want to say this is about the same time as Boardwalk Empire, so he is just about to start doing his thing.
We'll see.
Not important unless you guys stop in Chicago.
Tomorrow, I think Ken is going to come play with you.
Anyway, darling, we were also hoping that perhaps you could go and get an exclusive with what is his name?
I don't know his name.
Sonny, you'll know these things. What is this man's name? I mean, the most famous actor and the most delicious leading man today. No need to be so flowery, darling. Just what is his name? Damn it.
Google shall provide.
What is going on?
No. Where is it? Shit.
That furious clicking, though.
What are we Googling? I can
Here we
Google
go.
through it.
Oh, no, because this is me.
Go to bed!
You mean Basil Torrance? Basil Torrance, ma'am. Oh, yes. Basil Torrance. Miss Cuddle, would you, if you do find yourself going to Los Angeles for this Peruvian's opening party, would you be able to get us an exclusive interview with him?
Sure.
Mavis has no idea what's happening.
No, she wouldn't have any idea. She doesn't even remember. She wouldn't even remember these people's names.
Oh, you don't even know why you're going to Los Angeles, do you?
No, I am afraid no one has shared that itinerary with me. And when?
Oh, okay. So,
As you know, we are doing the premiere of the magazine, which is being renamed in your honor. But we have to do so much more beautiful, much shinier, much more glamorous place in this. So, the bright lights of Hollywood. And that is where you are going.
Really? Do I get to take a friend?
Ooh, darling, that sounds like so much fun.
Yes, Mr. Carmack, would you like to go? I kid. Dorothy, dear. What are you doing what is the date of that thing?
Um, 48 hours, ma'am. But don't worry, I'm going to go and get you the best luggage. We can't have you going in just anything.
Who's paying for that?
The magazine will just cut it off as an expense, dear. We'll be using the corporate account.
Is this what my husband did as well?
Oh, good Lord, no. Your husband wore the same socks for 12 weeks in a row.
Pardon?
Your husband would wear the same socks in the same suit for several weeks in a row. No, he would never go shopping. He was very not fashion conscious.
Mavis is grimacing because she also is realizing that she probably didn't see him more than a couple of times in that time. Well, that's disgusting.
Yes, I find myself saying that about that man quite often.
Well, instead of expensing it, go find my luggage in my house. And if it is not good enough, then I will give you permission to buy some new items. But otherwise, I have luggage.
Okay. And what about these two? You said you were bringing them with you?
Oh, well, yes, of course, Mr. Cormac. You don't have obligations here, right?
Define
Oh,
obligations.
dear, he does have
And
a child to
Cormac
take care of.
is still holding his daughter.
Oh my God, Dad. This will be great. Like, we're on vacation now, and if I can do a report on Hollywood, Dad, I swear they're going to go ahead and give me an A, and I'm actually going to be able to get into Harvard instead of having to go to Miss Katana.
Oh,
When are you getting
that
A's?
sounds wonderful. Dear,
Dad, this could be the start of me getting A's. Come on, Dad. Trip out to Hollywood. I swear, I'll be good. I'll be so good.
come
I'll
on,
study
Mr.
and I'll make sure I
Cormac.
read everything and I'll write the best report ever, Dad. Come on.
There's
Why
nothing
would you
wrong with
deprive this
fantasies.
sweet young girl of a wonderful opportunity?
Frederic, this is our new intern.
All I ever got was C's.
Come on. You know what? You already know it. If I just get C's, then I'm just going to end up working in some honky tonk. But if I can get the good grades, then I can be like a big editor woman. Like I'm sorry. Who are your friends, Mister? Who are your friends, Dad?
My name is Mavis Caron.
Hi, Miss Mavis. My name is Alio Doyle.
No, Caron's real hard to pronounce. I think it's French. Is it French?
I the name is French. Yes, it is Frederic.
Frederick. I know Frederick.
No, yeah, no, it is Frederic.
I know a
Cormac.
Freddy. I'll just call you Freddy.
Cormac, your daughter is now my intern. She's coming to, where are we going? Hollywood. She's
Hold
coming to
on.
Hollywood with me. Are you
How much
coming?
you get paid?
Is no one going to introduce me? I feel so
You get
unimportant.
paid, right?
Of course not. This is the 1920s, dear.
I'm sure we can find something for her, Mrs. Perot. We do have a account for interns. We can give her. Ooh, probably a good. How does $50 a week?
Holy
A
shit!
week.
That's a lot of money for 1920.
For a kid, you know what, Alex? Start making your money.
No, I was gonna say $1 a day.
Okay, you're right. Shoot a little bit high.
Now hold on. Your original bargain was 50 a week.
He has not the
Right.
authority to make that suggestion.
Dear, if you have that kind of financing, you could save the library.
I'm sorry. What?
$1 a day.
Mavis, did you say something about elaborating?
Oh, I shoot her the most witheringest withering look ever.
Oh, old lady faces are the worst to deny.
I am going full-on angry grandmother, withering, disapproving.
Do they have periodicals there?
Of course, dear.
They got all kinds of books.
Oh, good. I just find that so many of these libraries refuse to fully embrace technology and fully embrace the future. And as long as your library embraces Mr. Dewey's decimal system, then we are golden. And she puts her hand out to you.
Well, I never!
Every dollar in the Dewey Decimal System. Am I right, Dorothy?
I feel like she would turn, that man is a joke and a travesty.
Well, I tried to save you.
In reality, we can offer the girl $1 a day. This will be, of course, $14 each paycheck. That is before taxes, of course. No, not $1 a day. We can do a little bit better than that. We can do, I believe, $5 a day.
$5? That is what we pay our writers, is it not?
No, we pay our writers $25.
A day?
Damn. The writers are making bank.
Damn it. I'm actually completely lost here on my inflation.
There's a Google
Okay. So $1 a day is good.
yeah. I'm
Oh, wait,
pretty
she's
Sure,
12. What am I
kid.
talking about? Yeah.
It's a kid.
Yeah, she's 12. I'm sorry. I'm playing her in my head as 15 as opposed to 12. But I think I'll keep that up because she should probably be acting closer to a 15-year-old, to one of our 15-year-olds than one of our 12-year-olds. So I'll keep with that. But yeah, $1 a day is
Okay, $1 a day, but I insist that she hangs out with some of our chefs for meal prep. She'll get to learn some recipes and she'll get to learn quite a few things. Did you say Harvard? Well, I hope I can be in Harvard, but I don't know. I could instead of going to Miskatonic.
Well, we all shoot high, don't we, darling?
That's right, Dad. Shoot high and shoot accurately.
And land low just like your daddy. All right, now. Keep on.
Okay, Dad. I'll see you soon. Am I going back with Uncle Jimmy or am I gonna hang out with did you say your name was Sonny? Yes. I think I'm gonna Dad, can I hang out with Uncle Jimmy?
Yeah, make sure Uncle Jimmy knows where you're going.
Alright. Talk to you later, Dad. Love you. Bye. And she kisses you on the cheek and then skips off.
Well, shit. I've gone from thinking she was all doped up to completely fine in the matter of, what has it been, half hour?
Yep.
Cormac just kind of looks at Dorothy.
You know, Mavis, I do not approve of these friends at all.
They apparently like to speak for me, and I don't like that either.
Oh, I apologize. We will do our best not to do such a thing.
Could you
You are
imagine
a leader?
the travesty of implementing Dewey?
Oh.
If you do not like this doing decimal system, then we will not bring it upon your library.
That's right.
As for you two, would you like to join Miss Coron on her trip to Los Angeles?
I mean, Cormac, your daughter's already going.
And I'd be remiss not to be a more worldly man. Come in.
That's right, we could teach you about gyros and baklava.
Oh, but dear, who will look after the library?
Not really into wearing balaclavas, but
Other way about that, Miss McGee. I can take care of your library for you. I sure can. I can.
sounds awful similar to Short Helper.
It was Short Helper, man.
Oh, shit. How'd you get here?
Little Helper Man or Tiny Helper Man?
Little Helper, man. There is no tiny Helper, man. We made a mistake.
Yeah. We accidentally killed the other one.
Oh, Little Helper Man, you are, can you recite your alphabet, dear?
Yeah, I sure can. Listen. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H,
Yeah,
I, J.
see, good enough. This man graduated. I'm proud of him.
Oh,
Graduated from what?
School of Hard Knocks, baby.
oh dear, can you greet students and guests without using foul language or flirting
Well,
with anyone?
He answers my phone all the time. I never got any complaints.
Well, golly, ma'am, I sure can.
And he tips his hat and he's trying to do his cowboy accent.
Ain't that right?
How charming do I found him? Is he being charming?
He's trying to be.
He's like, well, ma'am, I surely can, and I will be sure to give all of your guests a fantastic service.
Just promise you won't use that ridiculous accent, dear.
Now, madam, I'm not sure it is. I know what you're referring to, but, I'm not going to go ahead and just...
And he puts back into his Boston accent. And he tries his best to get back to his cowboy accent, but it's just
Is someone like shooting at you? What is going on?
Oh, they're shooting fireworks out. They're shooting fireworks outside.
Already? Jesus.
What's the southerner equivalent of Yankee?
The sort of equivalent Yankee is Yankee.
No, I mean, like, so a southerner would call a northerner a Yankee. What would a northerner call a southerner? Because we're in Boston.
A hick?
Yeah.
Confederate?
But an insulting term for somebody from Boston is chowd, like CHOWD, which is just short for chowderhead.
No, what would she call someone who's using a southern accent? Like, she wants to be like, oh. Like, if I were...
He's trying to sound like a cowboy, and you've seen enough that he just sounds like he's faking one of them talky cowboy movies. So you can just call him cowboy.
Hick or cowboy, depending on how derogatory you want to be.
If it was now,
okay, so Confederates were called butternuts, rebs, and greybacks.
Rhinestone cowboy, I love that.
You know what? I don't care if the time isn't
I've
right.
never heard that.
I don't care if the timing's not right. We'll let you use Rhinestone cowboy.
Dear, you must stop that accent. Really, it does not do you any justice.
Oh, come on, man. That's what sets me apart. I sit here, none of the girls really knows me.
No. I'll call a... You know what? Maybe I better let you do it.
All right, ma'am. I thank you much.
Mavis, before we go, I'm going to need to call Angus.
To call whom?
Angus, dear.
Oh. Yes. And,
Now, Mr. Helperman, your job is to make sure that Angus doesn't sell the library. Without bullets.
That man will not sell this library, and not a brick or book will be touched in your app. Except
No,
for
dear, they're
the
supposed to
customers.
borrow the
They're
books.
allowed.
No, they don't pay for them, darling.
In that case, not a book or mortar will be harmed. But those people, they will be able to borrow those books.
And you'll write it down.
Yes, ma'am. Your library is my friend.
Okay. I do still need to call Angus, make sure he takes it on it.
I'll call that sidewinder and make sure that he keeps his rattling tail right between his rattling.
Maybe Steven can check in on him once or twice.
Oh, but I would hate to bother Stephen. He's so busy.
Tommy, just treat everything in the library as if it were under the bar. You know what I mean?
Yeah, boss, not a problem. I'll go over there right now.
I appreciate that. Oh, please fine.
Mavis would whisper to Dorothy, "What does under the bar mean?"
I have no idea, darling.
Oh, okay. Well, at least we're on the same page.
Jimmy comes in and says, "Hey, boss, Ali's telling me that you guys are getting ready to go to Los Angeles. She's getting ready to go to Los Angeles?"
Call it in, I nearly died and I'm taking a vacation expense.
Okay, boss. So you want me to keep things quiet, or do you want me to make any moves while you're gone?
Keep things the way they are. I'll just leave you with this. The Italians are our friends and, mutts downriver. Let them know that. They'll like it.
All right, boss. That's not a problem at all. You got any idea what you want to do with that place?
If it's the place I think you're talking about, I think use it. 'Cause ain't nothing gonna blow back on us now that it's taken a swim. So yeah, just make sure no more Italians get poisoned.
We'll take care of that, boss. It's not a problem. We'll keep things running smooth around here. As far as anybody knows, you're still here. But boss, I got to tell you, just business wise, there's a couple of guys over there in Los Angeles that, you know, might think you're trying to spread your business when they
If
see
you
you
can
down there.
make a couple of phone calls and make sure I'm just on visitation, I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'll make those phone calls, boss. There are some rebels out there, but I'll call the big guys. You'll be good with them.
I appreciate that.
And Jimmy walks off. All right, so you guys have 48 hours before you need to get to Los Angeles. What is everyone doing?
I am grilling Little Helper Man on how to run this library.
Okay, I'll give us put 5 minutes on the clock, and we will play.
Oh,
Okay,
dear.
I got it. Okay, I got it. So, this isn't exactly alphabetical order. So we do it by subject and then alphabetical order in the subject?
No, dear. You do it by author and then by title. If you need to look for a subject, you go to the card library.
Okay, I got you. So, I'm looking for horror, and I'm looking for Shelley. Oh, there it is right there, Frankenstein. This is great. This what?
Wonderful. Now, how do you check it out?
I got this. So, what happens is a customer walks up to me with the book, and the card, and we check their library card, and it has their address in it. I greet them. They sign right here, and we tell them when the book is due back. And we take this file and card, and we put it into the rest of the files, and then we know who owes what when.
Perfect, dear.
All right. So,
And remember, if they are overdue, we do not shake them.
Right. But if they're overdue, they can't get no more books, and then we go up to their house and we knock on the door and we have a discussion about paying what you owe.
No, dear. No. We just don't let them take anything out until they return it or pay their overdue fees.
Wait, hold on. So what you're saying is somebody takes something that belongs to you, they don't return it to you. You know where this person lives, and you just sit back and let them hang around, not giving you your stuff back?
Yes,
In this moment, Mavis runs into his ankle accidentally.
Oh, no, you did that. Yeah, you did run into his ankle accidentally earlier in the hospital. It hurt. But unfortunately, this has taken place another day in Mavis's library.
Oh, well, that's no fun.
She's like, dear, we don't murder people, and we aren't loan sharks. These...
No, I'm not talking about murdering anybody. I'm just saying, massaging them a little bit, making sure they understand that they got to pay what they owe.
No, they don't, dear. This is the library belongs to the community. We are simply the shepherds of knowledge.
Whoa. You ain't say anything about shaving sheep or nothing. That's going to be kind of rough on me. I'm not too good at that.
No, dear. No, dear. We protect the books, and we make sure they come back for the next person. However...
Yeah. I know all about protection.
No.
Comes in, they have a big stack of books. I walk over and I say, hey, it sure would be sad if something terrible happened to your stack of books over here.
No. We hope people bring back the books, and most do. But when they don't, that's okay. We simply do not lend them more, and we wait for new books, which are often donated by the community.
Hey, look, you're the boss. This place is still standing somehow. Your system must work. I'm going to follow your rules and do what you say.
So no, what did you call it, massaging?
Yeah, do massages, I promise.
You are not to step foot outside of this library on library business.
But what if somebody wants to donate a whole bunch of books and I got to meet them in a corner and, we got to make an exchange for a whole bunch of new donated books?
Exchange for what? The books would need to come here, dear.
Well, sometimes you meet a guy in the alley and you say, hey, you got the books? And it's like, yeah, I got the books. You got my money? That type of thing. You know how it is.
No, I'm afraid I don't, darling. All you have to do is sit behind the desk and not frighten anyone.
Then how'd you ever get new books?
I mean, you guys don't do back alley deals with books or nothing?
No, dear, they're donated. They're donated, darling, and then if I get a small stipend from the government that helps keep this place running. And look, I'll be frank, the library has hit upon financial hard times, but that's not really the point. We're a bastion of knowledge in a world surrounded by idiots. Someone has to teach these people.
Miss, you said a couple of things there that hit me right in my heart. You said someone has to teach these people, and you said you're falling on hard financial times. So all I'm saying is, you're telling me you have a system where people borrow from you, owe you money, and they don't give it back. And you're also telling me that they're on hard financial times, and these people need to be taught a lesson. Now, maybe we don't need to go full Little Helper Man on these guys. I can't believe I just call myself Little Helper Man. Maybe we don't need to go full two Tommy on these guys, but on occasion, you need to make sure people pay you back.
No.
We'll do it your way.
Please, dear.
How about a strongly worded letter?
Educating the public is a service. Think of it like charity.
Whoa. Watch the language there, miss.
Yeah, maybe I should call Angus.
Angus was called earlier, so he does come by and he says, sister, how are you?
I'm going to Hollywood, dear.
You're going to Hollywood? What in the world are you doing out there?
I'm going with Mavis, darling. I thought it would be wonderful fun. Now listen, I'm leaving Tom Jim. Little helper man here will be looking after the library.
Tommy.
Tommy will be looking after the library in my absence.
Hello, Thomas. My name is Agnes McGee. You just put your hand out, you grasp mine, you put your thumb over the back of my flame, and then you move your hand up and down, yes, like this.
Tommy didn't have a strong father figure.
He has Cormac.
Okay, Mavis. Okay, sister. Do you have any idea how long you'll be in Los Angeles?
Oh, just a few days,
All right, be careful. Those people there can be quite a bad influence.
dear. Oh, I'm not worried. I have my magic god shield.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing, dear. Do make sure that he doesn't give anything away for free. Well, okay, let me rephrase. Do make sure that he doesn't harass the patrons. Okay, darling, I really appreciate that. And Tommy, do not let Angus sell the library.
I did plan on selling the library.
Or
Lord
give it
knows
away.
what you would do. Lord knows what you would do if you didn't have this thing to play with.
It is not something to play with. It is a public service. Educating the public is important.
You're right. Let me go ask for the members of the public in here right now exactly how they feel about this and how it influences. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me.
Good Lord.
Hi. Customers. Hello.
They're not
Hello?
customers, they're visitors.
Well, they speak the same language as non-existent customers, sis.
How rude.
And they just did. As Susie says that, much to your joy, somebody does walk in.
Oh, welcome, darling. Can we help you find anything?
It is Peach's little sister. That's a little girl who you met before. Dorothy had helped her to get clean. Peaches was a young prostitute who was murdered by.
Yep, she's the one who
serial
broke
killer.
into my home.
Yeah.
Oh, hi. Hi, Mrs. McGee.
Pickles?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, Pickles. I forgot what her name was. I knew it was Peaches.
Hold on.
Peaches is little sister.
Yeah, so that's Penelope.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, Penelope
There we
and
go,
or
thank
Pickles. Oh, Penelope,
Peaches.
darling, how are you, dear?
Oh, I'm doing just great. I was hoping that I could borrow your book on Little Women. You have Little Women?
So, sister would be Priscilla. Huh?
Yes,
Yeah.
darling. Do you have your library card?
Yes. Yeah, I do.
Okay, Tommy,
I'll take-
show us how it's done.
All right. So here it is. Here's Little Women. By the way, this is a fantastic book. Joe is one of my favorite protagonists of all time. She's really fantastic. You'll love her. And may I see your library? Yes. Here it is. Ooh. It says right here, you owe us 28 cents. You got the 28 cents? Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I was late. Return that last book. I don't have the 28 cents right now. I guess I'll have to get it later and be able to see Little Women later. I'm sorry.
And then Penelope gets ready, puts the book down, and then she turns around a little bit embarrassed and starts to make her way past you out of the library.
Dear, darling, you are certainly welcome to sit in the library and read it as long as you like, though.
Oh, wow. That's nice of you, Mrs. McGee. Thank you.
And Tommy hands her the book, and she goes and she starts to read the book in a big, comfortable chair in the library. Well, sis, I gotta say, I'm a little surprised and I'm a little bit proud of you for that one.
Don't imagine why. I love this library and I know how to run it.
You did a good job there, sis. Alright. If you're gonna go out to Hollywood, just be careful. Stay away from all those dragon dens and try not to become a communist on your way back.
I'll be fine, dear. Do you look after Mary for me, please?
Don't worry. I'll make sure that my niece and nephew keep their noses out of trouble. You make sure you stay out of trouble too. And when did you start carrying a sword?
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about, dear. This is an umbrella.
Right. It's not. It hasn't rained for the last 72 hours.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and just go home, and I'll see you when I get back.
I'm gonna be hanging out in your library a little bit. Your friend Tommy here looks like he has a bit of a thuggish look on him.
All I need you to do is check in on occasion.
Oh, right. There was something else I wanted to talk to you about. That Mavis friend of yours.
Yes.
Recently I saw a patent come across my desk for a new name. She's renaming her magazine.
What's your point?
No, I'm just wondering, you know anything about this?
She's reclaimed the magazine from Eustace Dawn.
Oh, good. Maybe the thing will actually make some money again. Look, long story short, just tell your friend to be careful too. Dawn was useless, and really I don't have any qualifiers to put after that. But there's some other people that are not exactly shining examples of American citizenship that work in or around that magazine. Just make sure she's careful. Don't want to get anything on her hands besides ink, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
All right.
I'm always careful.
He is counting in his head visibly, and he purses his lips and says, "I love you, sis. I'll talk to you soon."
Ta-ta. Okay, this will be fun. I will see you later, Tommy. Please. Please.
All
No
right.
harassing the borrowers. Ta-ta.
Not a problem, man. Not a problem, man.
All right. Who would like to go next?
I'm trying to figure out what Mavis's conversations would even sound like with Dawn.
You could be with Dawn. It could be with your magazine staff. Whoever you like.
Trying to convince Frederic not to replace all of your clothes and wardrobe and luggage.
Yeah, maybe. I had to figure out what this thing actually is.
I mean, you have a whole basement of your building to explore.
It's also true.
I don't know if you know that though. I know I showed it to you, but I don't know if you actually got to see that this is an entire underground city.
I feel like you would be flaunting your new power over Dawn.
That's probably true.
Oh my god, you'd make him cook you dinner.
Oh my god, he would poison me.
All right, so you open up inside the Carone household, and Mavis, you are asleep in your brand new canopy bed. It is a king size bed, and you are in your own bedroom. There is a small bell that rings. Ting, 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 ting.
Is a telephone or?
No. It's like a little silver bell.
Oh, am I okay? Am I ringing it? Is that what?
No, you hear it ringing outside of your door.
I guess, yeah, she would go explore what the sound was.
Oh, you know what it is. It's Dawn ringing his little silver bell. He has a tray with your breakfast.
Oh, come in?
Oh, hello, honey. I've decided to make you breakfast this morning, so you can go and enjoy a great day at work.
Why?
No, smalls if I have anything to do, though. Honey, would you be so kind as to put a good word for me in there? I'd so like to work at the magazine again. Do something with all of this spare time. I have no idea how you managed to take all this time doing nothing.
Well, dear, if you recall, you were doing nothing before you stole the magazine from me, too.
No, no, no. That was research. Come, you. Fine. And I didn't steal the magazine. I just reappropriated it.
It wasn't yours to reappropriate.
He puts his hands up in the air and he slices a grapefruit in half. Um, he puts a bowl of sugar next to it and a little fork. He says, "As you say, dear."
By the way, I heard some very juicy gossip about you.
Dear God, you can't listen to anything that Sonny says. Sonny just loves to chat.
It actually came from a small person named It doesn't matter. A small person.
Sherry.
Sherry.
Let me see. He drops his glass.
He drops his what?
His glass.
Oh.
What? What? You heard from Cher? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Who?
Oh, you know who I'm talking about. I'm fairly certain she's the only small prostitute you know.
I have you know I don't know any prostitute, much less 3 foot one.
How do you know she's 3 feet?
Oh, you said little person. You did.
Uh-huh.
Well, little people are 3 feet, aren't they? Yes, yes, yes. I have a good authority, but little people are 3 feet tall.
Mm-hmm. So why are you so hung up on this little bit of details? I have a pretty good psychology roll. I don't know, roll some
Oh yeah,
psychology?
yeah. By all means, go.
Oh.
You could buy those too if you wanted to, but I don't think it's necessarily important.
I mean, it's only 2 points. Buy it. Go ahead.
Where is the karma?
It's luck, not karma. Karma is shadow right?
I mean,
You can get it back at the end of the session. Maybe.
Yeah, you're more than likely to get it back at the end of the session.
I mean, okay. And then it means I get a check mark, yeah?
You don't get a check mark for buying it, no. But you do get the information.
Decisions.
Or
you could also push it, and the whole thing would be whether Don would just run away and lock himself in.
Well, that's no fun. I'll just keep the fail. It's fine.
All right, all right.
Cormac over here. Oh.
Buy it.
Saying that they're all three. They're 50. Like no good authority, and you just no.
So, if you want to keep me from sharing this information
You have
with
no
anyone
information.
with anyone else, then you will do as I ask.
Yes, dear. What do you ask?
I want you to transfer back the money that you stole from our bank accounts.
Stop!
Oh, yes, I know about those too.
It was a present for you, dear. I was going to get you the Cadillac, the 1921 Cadillac, and I was going to get it to you for our anniversary, your birthday. You know, it's a beautiful platinum Cadillac.
You shush now. She goes over and takes the breakfast from him and like sets it on the bed carefully because she intends to eat it later. And says, now, Dawn, dear, we both know that that is not true. And, have you met my new friend, Cormac? O'Doyle.
Yes, he's the one. Wait, is he the British one or the one with the beard?
Which one scares you?
The beard, the oh, I'm not scared of either one of them.
You should be.
This is a bad liar.
Why?
You do not get to play the pity card for the things that you've done, sir. And you will transfer that money back.
But then I won't be able to get you that Cadillac.
I don't need a
well.
Cadillac.
All
You
right.
transfer that back today. And if I find out by the time I get back from my trip that it is not done, I will come after you. In the Catholic Church, I will tell.
Wait. Trip. What trip?
I'm going to Los Angeles.
Oh, I've really been meaning to get out there. This sounds like so much fun. When are we going?
Oh, no. There is no we. This is a work trip.
Well, no, we.
No, of course not. This is a work trip. Besides, I've hired an intern, and Cormac is my new security, and Dorothy knows all about Hollywood.
Dorothy knows about Hollywood. I don't believe Dorothy's even seen a sound film picture yet.
She 100% has not.
Which makes her an expert in taste.
Just admit it. You're going out there to see. You're going out there to see Basil Torrance, aren't you?
Now, why would that matter?
I was just that Basil Torrance is going to be in Los Angeles for his premiere, fresh from wherever he is in England, and I do know that you found him fetching.
Well, yes, but that doesn't matter because I have never cheated on you in all my life, much to my dismay.
And
I'm a girl of principles, unlike you.
I am not a girl. I do not have principles. And I, of course, my dear, have never cheated on you.
That is such nonsense. Now you will transfer the money back, or you know what will happen.
Yes, dear. I'll transfer the money back. Love you bunches.
Get out.
Of course, dear. Oh, what am I going to be doing for the magazine while you're gone?
You will be doing nothing. This is a work trip. I will be working. There is nothing to gain from your presence.
But I still work for the magazine, right?
No, you do not.
Oh. Well, okay. Well, what do you want me to do around the house while you're gone?
I would like you to polish the silver and make some roasts and bring some over to little helper man at Dorothy's library.
That little helper man's had his eye on you, you know. You say he didn't cheat on me, but I know he quite fancies you.
There are a lot of great many men that fancy me, including pseudo-respectable policemen.
Whatever, dear. I'll do as you ask.
Wonderful. And I will know if you didn't when I get back.
Yes, ma'am. Love you bunches.
Now get out.
Yes, of course.
She wants to kill him.
So a few minutes pass, and then you get a phone call.
How do you work this new contraption? Oh dear. Hello?
Oh, hello, darling. Listen, there are some things. We are going to be sending over Sunny, and he is going to be talking to you about some of the layouts. And get your thoughts on exactly what you want to do at the premiere for the magazine while you are out in sunny Los Angeles.
Ah, wonderful. Okay.
You should be arriving in about 20 minutes. Do you believe you can be dressed by then?
Yes, I can be dressed whenever I want.
My dear, that wasn't an order. I do not order you. You're in charge.
Oh, well, great. Then yes.
Okay, ta-ta for now.
20 minutes. She hangs up the phone and gets ready.
You put on your shoes, and you're having a little bit of trouble zipping up the back of your dress.
Oh no. Yeah, so I guess she's just like struggling with like her right elbow in the air, trying to reach the back, and her left arm.
You do realize there's somebody just a door down that can help you with this situation.
Oh no. No.
All right, in that case, roll me dexterity.
Oh, badass! Suck it, useless dog!
In your face.
Somewhere you hear a sigh of disappointment as Don didn't even get to be proved useful in this, as you quite easily zip up the back of your dress after you think about having Dawn be this close to your back. And Yeah. Wow, that's
Wonderful.
crazy.
Yeah. She finds like a pair of pliers and gets it.
Hey, ma'am. I'm glad to see you again. So, exactly what did you have as far as ideas for this opening gala?
We need to have a runway show with designers that we will feature in our magazine.
Okay. I could meet a few of those people. I could fly down with you if you want and try to pick some of them up.
Well, of course, I thought you already were.
Oh, and I was going to stay here and help Miss Frederique with the layouts, but yeah, I can absolutely go on there. So, how big a fashion show do you want? We can have tasteful, we can have humongous, or we can have the hugest gala California has ever seen.
The last one, dear.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean, Mrs. Carone. You're the best.
I know.
All
Now,
right.
we need to find vendors as soon as possible and call in every favor we have
All
and
right.
make sure that actor shows up.
Oh, okay. We're going to try our best to get him. You might actually have some connections for him. Um, you know that Corbett woman, that author, right? You met her a few times.
Of course I do.
Well, turns out that Basil is looking to pick up one of her books. I know he's doing a premiere down there, but that's going to be the reason why he's in town. So if you can get a meeting with her, I bet you can get a meeting with Basil.
Set that up very quickly if you can.
I'll do what I can, ma'am. Not a problem.
This needs to be done all in time. We're gonna have to extend this trip by a day. At least.
Okay, not a problem. Victoria Corbett, here we come. And they fade to black. And we pull into Cormac's hangout. Um, Cormac, Dorothy walks up to you and says, "Okay, boss, so here's what we're looking at. Right now, we were able to take back 24th, 23rd, 21 through 24th. Those are ours again.
Cormac
We have
grabs Dahi's collar and pulls him right up to his face.
Uh-oh.
Okay, boss. What's wrong?
As of 6 hours ago, I was either going to die to a stabbing or suicide by police. You understand me?
Yes, sir. Of course, I always knew you survive.
I'm glad you had faith. I wasn't so sure. So I want to make absolutely sure that all of my assets, at the very least, are in the kid's name. Namely, my coin collection and my bars. You know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely, sir. Everything you have will go right over the alley. That's not a problem. We even have that trust fund set up so that she can actually go ahead and pay for college. Um, Honestly, I think it is a pretty good chance we can get her up into Harvard when the time's right. She's a smart kid.
So I want to make absolutely sure the estate and all of my shit is in the kid's name.
Here it is, right here's the paperwork for you right here, son. Take a look at it. It's all in order. We got a copy of that over with the lawyers. We even got a little loophole so that she doesn't have to worry about paying any of the taxes.
Cormac dusts Dahi off like a little bit.
Now, as I was saying, sir, we have 21st through 24th, all the way back on track. They're producing 20% above what they were doing this last week. It looks like some of Mutt's old boys, or it looks like some of Malcolm's old boys, are back to
No.
spending money.
Call him what he is.
Fish food. Yeah, fish food. Mutt. Guy was a fucking rat. I don't know if they make river rats or not, boss. That's what the guy was, and he's gone now. Now, his old people are spending money. The only question is, do you want them hanging around or not?
If they're useful. If they're not, float them.
Will do, sir. I'll try to use discretion, but these guys were never none too smart whenever Mutt was in charge. They're still not none too smart. Keep an eye on them. I'm pretty sure they're going to be looking for any type of shakiness from you whatsoever. They think they find it, they'll find a stiletto between their ribs.
Good man.
And
I want to make doubly sure. Murphy left behind a widow.
yes,
Send
sir,
some away. I got her away. You understand?
I will do, sir. We did pay for the funeral, got the nice
I'm not
Well,
talking
okay,
about the fucking funeral.
I see, sir. We'll make sure that that house of hers is paid for and she doesn't have to worry about any of those bills or nothing.
Good.
And he is going to send Connor in. Connor looks at you. He nods his head, indicating that he did whatever he was supposed to
I
do.
want to make sure. I could have swore to God. So, alright.
Yeah, Connor is the one whose poor personality got forgotten. Connor
Right.
is completely forgotten. And
Connor is the normal dude.
yeah, Connor is a normal guy. He has really no personality at all. I'm not even convinced he's ever said a lie.
I don't think he has at this point. I think occasionally I may have sent him to do something miscellaneous, but that's been his full extent.
Right. So which is why I was just gonna have him come in and nod at you with his lips pursed. Because I feel like now at this point he's just gonna always be on camera and just never say anything.
He's up mute. Alright.
But you guys all talk about how much Connor talks off the screen.
Cormax is gonna be like, Connor, get Jimmy in here.
He shakes his head and he goes and gets Jimmy. He's like, "Hey, boss, how we feeling?"
PG. I'm gonna make absolutely sure he stopped at the hospital. Allie, the real Allie, got checked out. She was fine, right?
She's fine. You have 2 men with her right now, sir.
Only 2.
Only 2 that she can see, sir. We got a couple of cars. We have a car with 4 guys about a block back, and we got a car with 4 guys a block forward. She's covered.
Good. How's Seamus?
Guys pulling it together. I think he looks like he's actually a halfway decent dealer, boss. You might be able to make some use out of him.
Is that right?
Yeah. Oh, and those other 2 gun guys you hired, Chris and whatever the other dude's name was, they're pretty good shots. I could do a couple of things with them. Either put them on, duty on guard duty, or we could just go put them some places just to, keep things muscled up, keep things clean and neat. Depends on where you want to place them.
As I distinctly recall, they were easily swayed by a few more bucks. Don't put them too high up on the totem pole.
And also Dorothy's charming demeanor.
But mostly the money. Yeah, boss, you're right. Can you believe that one guy just got swayed by chocolate chip cookies? Yeah, I'm not going to put him anywhere too sensitive.
They're good cookies.
Some people.
Hey, boss, you ever tried one of her cookies? I haven't. Oh, wait, yes, he has.
Has he? Hold on, wait.
Gosh,
Wait.
I don't know.
Did Jimmy try a
Jimmy?
cookie? No, Jimmy has not tried a cookie. I feel like Jimmy would, I feel like he would not have tried to give a cookie to Jimmy because Jimmy's pretty serious.
I
I
don't
mean,
think
she
Jimmy
offers
has.
cookies to men who are attempting to shoot her. Seriousness
Yeah,
is not a
Jimmy-
criteria.
Yeah, Jimmy wasn't on that list.
Okay, yeah. So, boss, how are her cookies? Because I can't get Connor to quit talking about the thing.
You know what? I think a little while ago, she had me taste test.
Oh, she did. She had you tasting a whole bunch in the library at her cookie stash.
I don't think I was too into the little cakes she made. But the cookies, I swear to God. And he's gonna pat Jimmy on the shoulder.
Wow, boss, that sounds great. Oh, I found out something for you.
What's that?
Jimmy shuffles everybody else out of a room. We'll have a conversation, guys.
I admire the privacy. Also, I had you put someone and a friend of mine. Give me a card.
That's what I want to talk
What's
to you
his
about,
name?
boss.
Solomon.
Yeah, that's what I
it.
want to talk to you about, boss. Found something out. You remember Teach, right? He just went up to Buffalo.
Sure.
All right. So I know he told you. I was listening when he mentioned to you something about some guy with the golden triangles. Turns out he's talking about him, Solomon himself.
Tell me something I don't know.
Well, looks like the way this triangle works is a part of it is it's actually not just a triangle. It's two triangles making a star. And if you take like the whole state right here, we're this corner right here in Boston. That's where Solomon is. But if you look over here right in Los Angeles, we got another corner of the star. Um, so while we're making sure that, everybody knows that you're not to be messed with down there is a name that you're going to want to go and look at.
So hold on. This symbol of theirs triangulates on the fucking map of the goddamn country.
Yeah, there's a little angle. So we're thinking of a star, right? So the way the star is going to be shaped is there's like one hitting Los Angeles area. There's one hitting like the New York, Boston area. There's one hitting like the Seattle, Washington area. One hitting like the Florida area. I want to say a part is hitting Chicago.
This
And then
one's
Dallas is
quarterback.
just kind of a thing. Yeah. He's explaining the map to you. He's showing you how the triangle diamond thing works.
Alright.
Basically, he's just showing you what the different spots are.
Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha.
All right. So there was a guy out there. His name is Gregory Townsend. Now he's not connected. Now he's not officially connected, boss. But it looks like the last three congressmen down in Los Angeles, every one of them came out of this guy's school. Only thing is, they only let like 5 or so people in there once in a while. The other 5 people, every one of them have gone on a different
part of the crime families. Last one out of there was Lucky Luciano, and I forgot the Jewish guy's name. Shit. Well, he says that name. You know what I'm talking about. You might not know what I'm talking about.
Something ended in Goldberg.
Yeah. No, it wasn't Goldberg. No, it's not Goldberg. Fuck, what is his name? Well, it doesn't matter right now, but he does mention his name.
That was definitely what Cormac said.
No, not Goldberg, boss. But look up this Greg's name when you get down there. It might give you a lead on exactly what these Triangle Boys are up to. Because we still don't know whether or not they can fill our pockets or just fill us with problems. Right now, I'm leaning towards problems. Yeah, they make money, but I think they're into some weird shit, boss. Lots of weird churches. We got pictures of them with crazy guys with robes and shit. I don't know about all this clandestine stuff, but that seems to be what they're into. You know, you don't look good in a robe, boss.
I want to make sure I got this written down right. So I got this Gregory Townsend in Chicago by this triangle bullshit that Solomon got going on in his neck of the woods, and they all move on to bigwig crime families that aren't affiliated with our shit, which means problems for us. I got that right?
Possibly.
Possibly problems for us. Mostly
Right.
the pictures they got going on.
Right. So Gregory Townsend's out of Chicago. I know he's got some people down there in Los Angeles. Just keep your ear to the ground, boss. Make some friends. And hey, if you can't make friends, I'll make sure they stay disappeared down there. Check out the tar pits. It's a good place to get rid of some.
I'll keep that in mind.
It's actually a terrible place to get rid of somebody, boss. You got places lined up for weeks trying to drop people into the tar pits. There's better places. I'll send you a list. We already got you and Ali packed if you want. We'll have the people take you guys out in the airport in the morning.
Was that a question?
It's just give the word and we'll get everything started.
Sounds ideal to me. Before I leave, though, I want to make absolutely 100% goddamn sure that Marion Boyardi is fine with what I done and what I got going on. And as far as I'm concerned with him, we're square. Do I got that right?
You could actually talk to him yourself, sir. He's right in the other room. You can send him right on in.
What the fuck is he doing in the other room?
Blackjack and losing.
You mean to tell me he's losing and you're in here? I'm impressed.
Hey, I mean, the guy's just not that good at blackjack. I don't always have to cheat, boss.
The more you know. Send him in.
All right. I'm pretty sure he'll be happy to. I don't think his luck's getting any. Oh, come on, man. You're not supposed to split tens exactly for that. Whatever. All right, boss. Let's
Give him an excuse to leave before he digs his hole any deeper.
All right. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy, listen to me. Having a good time over here. Get you guys another drink. My boss would like to speak to you. We'll go and keep your seat warm for you. We'll maybe get you turned around over here, huh? Yeah, thanks, my boy. Here, I'll give you a tip, but you're already voting on my pockets. Yeah, you. Yeah, there he is, Mr. O'Doyle. I mean, Mr. O'Doyle now. Look at you.
That's right. Now,
So,
I'm not gonna make light of the past, and I hate to cut you off. I want to make absolutely sure we agree.
If you're asking if we're square, we're square. You got rid of that little rat and my dog problem? We're perfectly happy with that. We don't need this slice of a town down here. We got plenty to deal with where we are right now. As far as I'm concerned, these streets can be paved with liquid gold, and there's more than enough for us to split between each other without us getting into each other's hair. You don't strike me as a greedy man, and I'm too old to get that greedy, son.
Lord knows I'm too much trouble to fight with anyway, am I right?
You got that one right. You got old bulldogs like the Jimmy over there for you. Man. And don't even get me started on that smooth operator Stiathy. Shoot, I'm just happy to have you keep him away from my girls and my daughters. Lord knows how many kids he'd pop up working around here.
And the last one that tried anything sinister went for a swim downriver.
Hey, what are we doing here? No need to, get all scary and everything.
Just
Bottom
making
line,
sure.
we're good.
Make a hell of a lot more than 7 of your boys disappear. But none of that, sinister talk.
No,
You're here to
no.
celebrate something of a new age. Cooperation.
Exactly. I'm just happy that we got our market going, and on occasion we can just swing by and grab a good old Irish whiskey. Yeah, sounds good.
So long as we're on even footing. When it comes to the wig business.
Well, look, I'll be very honest with you. We ain't got that much in the way of power boats and speedboats. So you guys still got your docks. You guys are still moving things back and forth, and that's perfectly fine. So you keep that, you keep doing your thing there. We're perfectly happy to keep doing our number of things in the middle of the city. We're doing well on that, and now we're doing well on our opiate again. But that wasn't much of your concern. We're happy with what we're pulling in there. We're sure you're happy with what you're able to pull in off of the oceans. You know, lobster tails and such.
Well, it sounds a lot like we're in agreement now, doesn't it?
Sounds good to me. Honestly, my legs don't stretch that far anyway. I'm perfectly happy to let you have your slice of pie, and I'm perfectly happy to let you have my slice of pie. Hell, we even managed to work some things out with the Greeks. Got this beautiful baklava right here.
Is that right?
Oh yeah. You ever had this stuff? This stuff's delicious. It's sweet, crispy little pastry. Got the little walnuts and the olive oil taste. It's really good, man. You gotta try it.
Shit, you're making me hungry just talking about it.
I mean, it ain't no tiramisu, but it's good.
All right, Chef. I'm gonna listen to you this time. And, send Jacob my regards. And if you ever hear anything about, well, now, mind you, this is while I'm out of town. And Cormac gives him a little bit of a side eye.
Yeah.
Gordon Sterling. He's got my brother. Make sure nothing happens to him. And I'll owe you a favor.
Oh, shit.
All right. I got a guy named Turnstile Tony. He does bids for guys so that they don't have to go upriver. However, Turnstile Tony, go ahead and work yourself in as a cellmate for your brother. He'll keep eyes on him, make sure he's all right.
Now, is this a name I need to remember?
Well, Turnstile Tony, his real name is kind of a code word.
So
I'll
I
just
can
go ahead
just
and give you a
put you
picture so
down
you know.
as you got eyes on my brother. Is that
Yeah, I'll
right?
give you a picture so your brother knows who he is, knows he's a friend. But yeah, that's good. All right, so what he's telling you right now is there's a guy named Turnstile Tony. Essentially, what he does is if somebody gets caught up for a crime or the police are looking at somebody, he's a guy who you can give a couple $1,000, decent money to, and he'll literally go in and I'm sorry, take the rap and do a good 5 to whatever years it is for the rap, and then you stay free.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
that's it.
Sounds awful like those jailbreakers who intentionally get themselves incarcerated to break someone out.
Yeah, well, he doesn't break himself out, but yeah, he literally just does people's time for him for a fee.
Funny.
I mean, it's not like you can use the fee if he's in jail.
Oh no, he takes the money, sets it aside. Obviously, puts it on his commissary. So he has a great commissary. The money set aside with like his girl or whatever, and she takes care of his money. And when he gets back out, he has it sitting there for him.
Yeah, my brother's already incarcerated. It's just so somebody's at least watching him.
I mean, the guy's not normal, but he can do time on his head. Basically, he's one of those guys who just gets really squirrely when he's outside anyway. So for him, he gets paid, and he doesn't have to actually be outside.
Mm.
He's just institutionalized.
One of those
As-
offenders that needs to go back in because they don't know what the fuck to do outside.
Basically, and he has found a way to get paid for it. All right, so a couple of cars pull up to the Los Angeles airport. You guys, I assume, all have your IDs.
You didn't need an ID to get on an airplane.
Pretty sure you could even take a sword on.
It was like a bus ticket.
All right, cool. Thank you. All right, so you guys all have your plane tickets.
And our swords.
Actually,
I think I'd put it in my suitcase.
right as soon as you guys are going up to the line,
How tight is customs? Because I got a Molotov cocktail, a 12-gauge shotgun, a Thompson, a rapier, a 45 auto, a knife.
so what happens is, just as he hears you mention your thing, he sees Dorothy talk about her sword, and he sees everybody else. Sonny says, hold on.
Wait, weren't airplanes invented, and functioning in 1914?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Commercially?
Um,
I mean,
Yeah,
the Orville brothers, 1914, right?
okay, so now you're making me look up when the first commercial airplane is. Thanks.
You're welcome. I always learn something during this game.
Me too.
Right?
Where you're like, wait, did that exist? I don't know.
1910.
Yeah, I mean, this was super future,
Or 1910.
it would have been
We're
super
1910,
high
aren't we?
end to be able to afford a plane. It was like this big experience,
Oh, yeah.
right? They're not going to tell you you can't take your shit onto the plane.
This would have been like nowadays equivalent of a private jet. We're feeling like high shit right now.
Well, you're about to feel like hotter shit because Sonny's going to say, don't worry, we already had this taken care of. You think we're going to have you get on a plane with all those riffraff with all their colds? Hell no.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm not going to shoot the pilot.
I hope not, because it is me. Anyway, this is your private plane, Mrs. Carone, the SS Mavis. You can change the name if you want.
Did you buy a plane?
We already had a company plane. It was called the Don Juan.
Don what?
The Don Quixote.
It was called the Don Juan.
Oh, that's awful.
You're joking.
Oh God, I wish I was joking.
All right, well, let's go.
We got most of the tacky furniture out of there. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get rid of a shag carpet.
Would shag carpet have been? It's the same thing. Would
I mean,
shag carpet have been?
Carpet, as a general rule, is unsanitary, so
But I wonder what they had at the time.
I don't know. They
Well, yeah,
barely
shag
had
carpet.
queens.
Well, shag carpet obviously was a huge thing in the 70s when it was found to be tacky. So the whole point is, whatever tacky is, that's what. But Dawn didn't screw up the airplane that much. First off, there's plenty of legroom. It smells nice. Um, Sonny was lying. He's not the pilot. He is back in the back mixing drinks. There is a professional pilot and co-pilot. They both nod to you. They carry your bags on, and they say, "All right, so we are going to make a straight trip to Los Angeles. We will be stopping to refuel in St. Louis for a moment. Um, are we all ready?"
Oh shit.
Yes.
Oh, this is so exciting! And I sit down and put a seatbelt on.
Do you think the first ones had seatbelts?
Actually, probably not. I sit down excitedly.
We'll just say that you guys are fine.
Nobody crashes, even though it's real early.
Yeah, I'm not going to have them roll piloting.
Roll drive auto.
That'd be messed up.
Exactly. All right. So Sonny makes a big deal of showing you how the plane works, showing you like the beverages and everything, and showing you parachutes. But he says you won't need these, but they are here.
That's nice, dear.
And there are 4 armed men that also get on the plane with you. They look like the guys who were doing security in your building before. It's like, those are going to be some of the bodyguards. Those are the 4 that'll be coming with us. They'll be meeting some others over in Los Angeles when we reach and touch down there, ma'am. But these guys will be here. They'll just make sure we're safe. They'll make sure that no ne'er-do-wells do anything ne'er-do-wellish.
Well, okay then.
Are these the guys that are bigger than I am?
Yes.
Cormac looks a little uncomfortable.
Dorothy's just like, oh, darling, you are quite substantial. Have you,
met her daughter?
yes, have you met my daughter Mary? You know, she could use a big, strong, loud like you to take care of her.
Thank you, ma'am. I not met your daughter, ma'am. I am not permitted to talk about such things while on duty, ma'am.
You know what they say, Dorothy? Anything over 6'4" is a little overkill.
Who
I-
says that?
I'm not sure I understand.
You know, it's just what they say.
So, a person goes and starts up the engine. You hear the propellers go. The plane starts to lurch forward. It raises into the air. The landing gear folds back in, and you are in the air, on your way to Los Angeles. Well, technically on your way to St. Louis, but
That is totally different. St. Louis. Totally different state than Los Angeles.
this is true. And okay, we're not going to put St. Louis into. We're not going to put St. Louis in the canon yet, because I'll look at where you should be landing from Boston. I don't even know what the middle is from there. So I'll take a look at where you should be landing for a layover. And we'll figure out whether we're not going to play out that late over next week. But for right now, you guys are on your way to Los Angeles. And yes, in case you're wondering, I do have a whole new adventure for us in Los Angeles that's also connecting to the adventure you're currently on.
But it's actually in Los Angeles, right? No mountains, Donner Party nonsense.
I decided I wasn't going to make your pilots roll, so no. No, there is no planned Donner Party nonsense. There's a reason why you heard the furious clicking. It's because I was trying to find an actor's name because he actually is a part of this story. It's a small story. It doesn't have to take long at all, but it is going to get us back connected to Corbett. I need to get us back connected to Corbett. It kind of worked out with Teach dropping out because it was going to be kind of connected through your trip to Buffalo, but the trip to Los Angeles will be a whole lot more fun than upstate New York.
Can't wait.
Cool, man.
All right. First off, good job, everybody. You all had your little scenarios. You set up your favorite NPCs. I probably am either going to bring a friend who's played with us in some other games in if he wants to join, or if not, I will go ahead and hit the recruitment thing. I can probably bring in comfortably a max of 3 people, but I'll probably be happier with 1 or 2. Obviously, if anybody wants to play, like I said, don't worry about it. Bring them on in. That's fine. And we'll see what's going to happen from there. All right?
Sounds good.
Cool.
It would be really cool if we could get Zen in here, but if we don't, I wouldn't go more than 2.
Yeah,
wouldn't go
I
that
mean,
far.
I don't have a particular need for other people necessarily. I ask the people I know,
Yeah, no, I mean, first off, we can run with the 3 we have easily. Like, there's no doubt about the fact we can run with the 3. Zen would be a lot of fun to have, and I know for a fact that he would get a kick out of this game. Like, he would just have a lot of fun with this game, and you guys would definitely like playing with him.
Sounds like fun. We need another, okay, Jonathan Price really rounded out the party, right? Like we have the big gruff stone wall of a gangster, and then we have the super maternal person who just doesn't fucking care when she's in danger, and then we have the slightly crazy one who's super deadly, but also kind of la-di-da, always strung out.
I would categorize Mavis as chaotic neutral.
Yeah, she's chaotic neutral. I'm lawful good. Cormac is chaotic good, I think.
No, I think Cormac is
good.
either Cormac is lawful neutral or lawful evil.
You know what? I'll take chaotic good as a compliment. You think very highly of me.
Look, a man in your service died, and you wanted to make sure that his widow was taken care of.
Law doesn't necessarily mean following the rules of the land.
That's true.
It's closer to your code. So I'm definitely calling Cormac lawful because
That's fair.
there's nothing chaotic about his actions. It's just whether he's neutral or evil is the question.
He's not evil.
Well, he definitely doesn't like to think of himself as evil.
Yeah, no, Dorothy is... Actually, Dorothy maybe isn't so lawful. I mean, she's trying to become a spy.
Dorothy certainly believes that she's good.
She thinks that she's lawful good, but she's really, neutral and, just living for being a spy and having fun and, taking care of her kids.
No, you're right. The main thing about Teach was... Whenever I was getting sneaky with something, he was always like, wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah.
My favorite was last week when I was like, all right, so you guys get out the car, you see Jimmy, you see Dorothy, you see whoever, and I kept on trying to talk. I was like, wait, did we not see Cormac? I was like, oh, hell, I wonder if somebody was going to catch that.
You noticed immediately. That was great.
I was just like, oh, man, how am I going to get him to split away and make sure that they know we're not following him? He was just like, I guess he just called it like you knew that you were going to try to lose him.
Yeah. Yeah. He did. That's funny.
Yeah, too
Yeah.
bad he couldn't keep me in the car. Yeah, I think he balanced it out. We gotta balance it some
Yeah.
more.
So you need another level-headed person or a completely insane person. Honestly, I think the game lends itself to so many different personalities.
Yeah.
Favorite thing about Cthulhu is I think it's one of the heaviest role-playing games because
Mhm.
all your skills and everything, they're nice, but basically it's still going to be like, dude, if you want to be a mechanic, that's what you are.
I
Just,
think
I think it's just beautiful for that.
it's definitely a little different because you don't have anything that's. I mean, you kind of do and you don't. So I'm talking about like as far as combat stats go, you're not really overly concerned about that. You're trying to specialize in a million other different things that make sense for your character, rather than how hard do you hit, or like do you get sneak attack or two attacks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's definitely really different from Dungeons and Dragons in terms of just skill.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean it's different from all of the Apocalypse world, Powered by the Apocalypse games too.
Right.
Yeah, because you can't. Because it's like you can't sit there and try to just stack on damage, right? Because the fact of the matter is, you can stack on all the fucking damage you want. You can still get one shot by a hobo.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a lot of hit points to work at. Like, I'm really good, and I have 14 hit points.
Yeah, you are super beefy, my man.
Like, from the D&D standpoint, though, like, I'm one shot. No matter
yeah.
what. Like, 4 hit points? It's like I'm still level 1.
Right, and it stays that way. So it's like, you just gotta be smart. Like, even magic. Don't even get me started on magic. Because magic will rip you apart, and it can be rewarding, but you sure as hell can't just go and toss a fireball at somebody every time. Because magic here is like bringing back dead people or, giving yourself some armor, but this shit costs you your sanity.
I mean, look, if
But
Steven
that
had
was ever
died,
me, I would die.
if Steven had died in that fight, Dorothy would have tried that crazy spell.
Exactly. And
That's
Dorothy
right.
still does not know whether or not this calls or controls a demon.
Yeah,
But
we
she
still don't know
wouldn't.
what that is.
She wouldn't have done it if Steven were fine, which is why she didn't do it. Only the death of only the death of a child would make the difference. Also,
Are you still studying it though? Like, do we know anything
I feel
more?
like she would still be studying it because she's very confused by it, and like Steven said not to do it and that it was super dangerous and she shouldn't mess with that stuff, but also like she has this crazy magic holy sword thing and like surely she can handle it, and she's his mother. Obviously she knows better than he does. So
Well, that and other things is kind of proof that the occult definitely does exist. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I will tell you this much, just some food for thought. While you're in Los Angeles, there will be some people who are not connected to cults that you know of that may be able to give you some insight on some things like that. I cannot really say whether or not they're benevolent or malevolent, but they certainly exist.
I mean, my power is 60 and my intel is 70, okay? The trade-off being that my size is 40 and my strength is 35. That is how Dorothy fights.
Hey,
Which is...
hey, look, dude.
Oh my god, she's gonna have to go to all the libraries.
Mavis would be playing, Chelsea would be playing a new character right now.
Yeah.
If you didn't have the first day.
So true.
Yeah, she's the healer. Let's be frank. She's the healer.
Matter of fact, didn't you save Jonathan too?
Probably. Yeah, I think so. I also kept those gunners from fighting us.
I feel like he died during that Renton fight, right?
He might have. I don't remember. Yeah, she's not a fighter. She's a healer.
Hey, look, you got sharpshooting Mavis for that one. Murdering Mavis.
Love it.
Savior Mavis.
At least I didn't shoot anybody today.
Murderous potato.
Hey, look, God's about forgiveness. Mavis just sets up the meeting.
All right.
I mean, even when Chelsea hasn't been there. Mavis has and has saved the day.
This is really true, by
I
the
love
way.
all of Mavis's. I love all your characters, Chelsea. They're always just like a little bit out of it. It's so much fun.
It's the kind of chaos I wish I could start on my own in real life.
I hear you. Damn, I'm kind of wishing I would have brought Frederica along instead of Sunny, though. But we'll figure something.
Retcon.
Maybe Sunny fucked up, didn't get my meeting, and so Frederic.
Yeah, you know what? Flip everything. Sunny's staying at home. Frederick's coming. Sunny will run up.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to bed.
All right. I'll talk to y'all later. See y'all next week. See some of y'all tomorrow. Have a good night.
All right.
Bye.
Have a good night.